with some attacking pace and flair that they have got, but they have to get the foundations correct. You give this side a start, Manchester City can punish you, and then it's a big score, negative effect going into weekend's games.
So the teams lining up in front of us here ahead of this Carabao Cup third round tie. Let's take a look at the teams for you. It is just 49 hours since Manchester City's draining Premier League contest with Arsenal finished, so it's no surprise that there are 9 changes. Kyle Walker and Jemerry Doku keep their places. There's a senior debut for 16-year-old Jamaican defender Caden Braithwaite, born in March 2008. The forward line is Doku, Foden, Grealish, not too shabby. There are also opportunities for the likes of Nico O'Reilly, James McAtee, his first start at home, and Mateus Nunes. Watford have already seen off MK Dons and Plymouth in this competition without conceding a goal. Tonight, Tom Cleverley also makes 9 changes. James Morris and Ken Sema remain in the team. There's a debut for 36-year-old Angelo Ogbonna, signed from West Ham, his 250th appearance in English football. Festi Ebasele makes just his 2nd appearance for the club, while Tom Ince will hope to add to the hat-trick he scored in round 1. Daniel Jefferson's cup-tied, Bachmann, Sierralta and Andrews are all injured. Pep Guardiola shaking hands there with Tom Cleverley. Cleverley, of course, very much a Manchester man, but the red half. Well, who would you like to keep an eye on this evening, Michael?
I think it's that man in the picture. I think the experience, he's got the armband for a reason. I think in that area, if he's out of that left wing-back position, if Rico Lewis goes down the right-hand side, goes and joins the midfield, then what do you do? He wants to be in attacking options, he wants to deliver some sort of crossing, some sort of chances from wider areas for his side, but I think the responsibility is going to be key in those areas. And then moving on to Manchester City, Nico O'Reilly, who was seen in pre-season, featured quite a lot, he played in the Community Shield and he was so close to starting against Chelsea, it just didn't make it. Wonderful talent and obviously a chance at age 16. There's just academy players. Braithwaite's the one who's obviously taking that shining light tonight, getting your debut, of hardly featuring in any games, even the EDS, etc. But they seem to like what they had seen in training, etc., to give him that chance. So academy players all around, McAtee, Rico Lewis, then a bit of experience pitch and the captain, Carl.
The referee is David Webb. The 2 captains there going through the pre-match formalities. Kyle Walker on the left, Ken Sema, the Swede, on the right. Well, I mentioned that City have won the last 15 in a row. They've scored 58 goals in the process. Of course, it's only 5 years since the 2 met in the FA Cup final. City won that 6-0, a record equalling margin. Tom Cleverley, a Watford substitute that day. A few months later, they won 8-0 here in the Premier League. Watford's last win over City was in the old Division 2 in 1989, some 35 years ago, long before that young man was even thought of. Ewan Roberts, by the way, got the only goal on that occasion. The one and only previous League Cup meeting between the two was at Main Road in 1987. City won that 3-1 with a couple of goals for David White and one for Paul Stewart. That same year was their last win away to City in any competition. I wonder how many Hornets fans in the away end tonight were there at Main Road that day to see Worrell Sterling and David Bardsley on target for the Hornets. Not too many, surely, but it is probably the toughest and most daunting draw that Watford could have got, away to the Premier League champions and 8-time winners of this competition. Here goes Jack Grealish, bombing down the left for City straight away, faced up by Ince. Oh, and he actually hit James McAtee, who wasn't expecting that. It's cleared by O'Reilly. Stones. Watford defending in numbers as it goes wide by Nunes to Grealish. Well, They're looking for a free kick there on Ryan Porteous.
I'm not sure there's too much in it, but a lively start to the game. Exciting attack down the left-hand side from Jack Grealish, and there's a better chance than he probably thought, wasn't it, when he fell to McAtee. Just couldn't get his feet sorted early. I think the setup's sort of going to be a slight surprise for Manchester City. Just looking on there now, Kyle Walker in a central position, Rico Lewis occupying the right-hand side, and John Stones left centre-back. What an opportunity for Braithwaite. Centre-back he can play as well. The young 16-year-old's managed to find his way onto the left-back position. Grealish.
Now Stones, scorer of that dramatic late goal here just 2 days ago against Arsenal. Blasting it in from close range. Wide it goes by O'Reilly, another teenager. Grealish, the pattern of play very much set here. As Braithwaite finds Walker. Now Jeremy Doku starting on the right-hand side, the Belgian. An army of Hornets defenders between him and the goal. Stones. Grealish. Walker, he's just managed to thread that ball through. Watford scramble it away.
I think this is going to be a pattern that we're going to see. So Watford defensively is going to have to sit and wait and block. Can Manchester City find the way through?
Wide by Nunes to Grealish, and he'll head for the dead ball line here. Just didn't reach Doku. Foden lurking with intent as well. And it's a Watford throw, bit of respite early on. There is Pep Guardiola, who of course won this trophy 4 years running. No manager has ever won it 5 times. That's the challenge. He's in pretty good company, isn't he? Sir Alex Ferguson, Brian Clough, Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. They've all won it 4. An exclusive club.
It's not a bad record, is it? Sometimes it's a little bit underrated, this tournament at times, but it's what Pep Guardiola's done when he's come to the football club. Make sure right up there, strong team selections wherever he possibly can, and they've respected it all the way as a football club. But it's opportunities, these are the nights now when you get minutes. Just Nunes, wonderful attacking player, central area. He needs a big night of football. We haven't seen much of him.
Jose Mourinho was always adamant that winning this trophy was a perfect springboard for Chelsea to go on and win that first Premier League title when he took over, because it just gave that little bit of extra momentum in the springtime. He always loved this competition. Oh, that's short, and McAtee was onto that in a flash. Back for Grealish, now Doku, took it well, took it beautifully. Jeremy Doku opens the scoring inside 5 minutes, and I'm afraid to say that Watford are the authors of their own downfall there. You wondered if they might have got away with it. City had other ideas.
That's the danger. You're moving the ball around. City are excellent on the press. They know what's coming. They let a particular person have the ball. They have little traps and triggers. When the press comes, short pass, McAtee does very, very well, just pinching the ball. And then they calm in the areas. Jack Grealish, lovely pass, and that turn opens his body up and sweeps the ball across into the far corner. A really good start, but you've got to be sure, you've got to be more confident in your passing. City will press, Pep demands it, but this, a lovely finish into the corner.
Well, it was Ryan Porteous here with the short back pass, which McAtee read. He was forced to the byline and Watford flooded back, but this first touch here from Doku opens up the goal and he just passes it in. And a horrible start for Watford. his first goal of the season on his 50th City appearance.
It's the last thing you want, isn't it? Tom Cleverley will be really disappointed. Yes, he's got to give confidence to his team to step into the game and get some passes and move the ball around, but it's so early. I think you can avoid it for sure.
Now Vakun Bayo gets the ball up to Bar. 4 Watford players up in this attack. Ken Sema was lurking. Walker stabbed it away. Ebasele was fouled there. Grealish doesn't agree. Free kick to Watford.
I think it was something along those lines from Jack Grealish, but just trying to clear the lines. It was just the slip. I don't think it was too much contact, and I think then it was back in play. He's moving it around, but the referee decides he wants to stop it. A big opportunity now. How can Watford react? The set piece being a key area. The delivery's got to be really, really good to find a way through, but City, see all those changes in that defensive unit, could be a little bit vulnerable early on.
So for that foul on Bar, a free kick to Watford. Tom Ince over the ball, too flat, stabbed away by Grealish, almost as if he's just swatting a fly, dismissively. Walker. Now it's Rico Lewis. This is already his 57th appearance for City, still a teenager. Grealish. O'Reilly. Watford win it back. And Grealish also wins it back and finds Foden. Grealish again. Doku, the goal scorer. Shaped to go one way, went the other, and it's his ball in. A real scramble for Porteous to get it away. Just that sudden injection of pace, and Watford were scrambling again. Doku. Lovely ball in, and just couldn't quite take that in his stride, could he? James McAtee.
He started very well, Jeremy Doku. Will give and goes with the run here. He points, knows where he wants it. McAtee just behind him, tries to get that little flick behind him into the far corner, but very exciting, Jeremy Doku. But here we go again, Watford moving it around, and it's probably a wise move till they play their way in to show a little bit more quality.
No shame in going a little bit direct. They've got the power up front to do that, and it's paid off for them here as Bar advances.
I think that's what they have got. Well, the shape is good. We talk about the pace in the team. Obviously counter Manchester City, running behind. That's what they're trying to do there, but it's not about just going long, is it? Quality, drop the ball in. Got to be careful of the press.
There is young Braithwaite. Now Lewis. Foden. Walker. Now Grealish. Back by O'Reilly to Stones. Well, the ball was on for Doku. Wasn't quite the execution Stones had in mind. In the opposition dugout, Tom Cleverley there. In charge since March. Initially as interim coach, then given the job permanently. 7 wins from 17 so far.
He's enjoying the role. Last couple of weeks got a little bit tougher for him. I was actually pitch side with him at the Etihad and doing some TV work, and the next thing, in a job he went, and he seems to be enjoying every moment. And difficult task, difficult level, expectations are high at the football club. He's got to find his way to be challenger at the top of the Championship.
Walker. Braithwaite. Evidently the thought of being in the dugout was rather more attractive than doing TV work with you, Michael.
That was a knock-in, I give you that as an easy one, but John Stones in that role there, stepping forward. We'll talk a little bit later about the situation with Rodri, but it's going to be an important position for somebody to fill with the absence of Rodri. He's got the ability to pass it.
That's a good try. He won it back well, Mateus Nunes. It hasn't really worked out for him so far, his big money move from Wolves, but this could be a kickstart for him.
I think what he's got, hasn't he? He's got that determination to get into forward areas very quickly. He glides, he travels well. Just needs a bit of luck. A couple of goals would do him no harm. Convinced the manager can get more minutes.
The position he plays, I mean, the competition here is intense, isn't it, to say the least.
You could think of better areas, couldn't you? Certain Kevin De Bruyne in that position, and plus others. Phil Foden just dropping into that area right now.
Grealish. Walker. Just a little touch on McAtee, who's started the game very brightly. Doku. Lewis. Doku. Couldn't smuggle it back to McAtee, but Rico Lewis will try and keep it in. And it comes off Larouci for a corner.
Determination from the young man. Doesn't give up, just keeps going. Looks like it was going to run out of play, but that's what you get. Pressing and people taking chances.
Doku. Played back to McAtee. Doku wins it back. Foden trying an elaborate flick back to the Belgian. In the end, the cross never came. Watford defended it well. Stones. Caden Braithwaite. Walker. Doku just showed too much of it to his man. Stones. Very narrow and compact here at Watford. Just trying to close down those pockets of space with surely the key for City. Braithwaite. Nunes. Stones. McAtee. Doku. Quarter of an hour played. Little drop of the shoulder from Doku. It's fell nicely for City there. He tried to keep it alive, O'Reilly. It's Nunes trying to do the same. Well blocked by Ebesele. Grealish. Stones. Lewis is Squeezed it through to Foden. We've seen him bend them in from there many a time.
He was exceptional, wasn't he, last season? We haven't seen the best of him yet. So playing through the summer. He's missed a couple of games, but when he gets into these positions, he generally can find that far corner just underneath his body. He'll get in his flow next few weeks, you would imagine.
Here's Imran Louza. Forward by Ince to Louza again. Ince once more to Laroussi, the Algerian.
You see Laroussi getting down that left-hand side. Sema just tried to drift in between full-backs, that Rico Lewis problem. They can exploit it with pace and accuracy whenever they can, and they just need to try and get a couple of passes in that middle area just to gain in confidence, because they haven't really seen the ball, and when they first got it and they give it away so easily, confidence is low.
Well, caught in possession there, Louza, no foul. Doku, Foden. Lewis. Walking pace, they try to lull you into this false sense of security, City. And they just suddenly move through the gears at breakneck speed. Foden didn't get his angle right for Doku that time. Stones. Grealish. Lovely little ball for O'Reilly. Straight against Louza.
He's not afraid, you know, from a youngster going to a side. He'll take a chance, he'll play a pass. We've seen a lot of young players going into Pep's team and they stay very, very safe. He doesn't.
That was a lovely turn by Nunez. Just overhit it though. Well, Tom Cleverley will be disappointed in the manner of which that goal went in, but it's still only 1-0 as we tick towards the 20-minute mark.
It was an interesting shot there. I think one thing he will be looking forward to is coming up against Pep Guardiola, his young managerial career just setting off. To get the chance to do this and learn so much. This team have got to learn very quickly, we know that. We've seen so many teams go to the Etihad and struggle. Lots of changes as well, and a bit of uncertainty after the result against Norwich. It was a shock to the system. Most games have been tight since he's took over. It was the first one really that they've got well beaten.
Well, August was brilliant for them, wasn't it? 5 wins in all competitions. Narrow defeat at Sheffield United, home draw with Coventry, and then, disappointing at the weekend, lost 4-1 at Norwich.
I think, to be fair to him though, you lose your goalkeeper, your centre-back, you've got to take that in consideration. Yes, they've still got to do better. It certainly doesn't help the cause, and you're up against it straight away when that happens.
Yeah, he'll be hoping for a really good response when they host high-flying Sunderland on Saturday. Here's Barr taking on young Braithwaite. Oh, that's superb play! But he's been penalised for a foul on Braithwaite. Barr. That's an interesting one, to say the least. No VAR, of course, at this stage of the Carabao Cup. Now, was that just good aggressive forward play, or was it a foul?
Well, he gets into position here. It's just whether the arm comes out. And I think when you look at it, I think there was a smile by Barr, but It's that one. You don't really see it in that shot so much. It's a wonderful finish right across Ortega, who's very good in those situations. Maybe that straightened arm convinced the referee.
Well, frustration for Watford, because he took that quite beautifully, the German, but no goal. Stones. Here is Braithwaite.
That was sort of welcome to senior football.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, very much so.
I can only imagine what he's thought. Oh no, as that referee's whistle went, a bit of a sigh of relief, that's for certain. He's just got to be confident in possession again, get playing, do the right thing. For a young man, you've got to learn quickly.
Well seen by Porteous. He's got that ball up to Bayo. Holding off Lewis. Back by Ince to Porteous. Ogbonna making his debut for the Hornets. Offside.
I think he might have wanted to possibly let that go. Like to see advantage wherever you can. The referee, you've got to wait and have a look.
Midway through the first half, Doku's 5th minute goal separates the sides. Certainly a talking point there with that disallowed VAR effort. Comes off the head of Larousse. That'll be a corner to Manchester City. Important that Watford stay switched on from that. They took it quickly. Foden back to Lewis. Grealish. Doku. There's that familiar drop of the shoulder from the Belgian. All the way through to Nunes. Abasele staying tight to him. Braithwaite. Mateus Nunes. Walker. Seeking out Doku. And he's offside. Well, superb ball. And Doku just went a fraction early.
We've seen that a couple of times now. We've seen John Stones open up. Kyle Walker now, whoever it may be in the midfield areas, are looking to try and play it quickly, the longer one. Create 1v1. Jeremy Doku wants that bit of space to fire the ball across, and obviously a false 9. No Haaland at the top of the pitch. We've seen City for long periods before Haaland came to the football club not having that somebody, that focal point. Julian Alvarez as well leaving, so it is different now for City with lots of games coming. They're going to have to find solutions without the number 9,
which he has done many times, of course. Walker beautifully through to McAtee. Grealish couldn't quite return it to McAtee. Well intercepted by the Moroccan loser. Porteous with a big up and under. Nunes. O'Reilly to Grealish. Well intercepted by Abasele. He's on a season loan from Udinese. Walker. Lewis. Stones to Grealish. Oh, he's done well against Ebosele there. Porteous, though, nicked it. Well, he left one defender on the deck. Porteous wasn't so easy to beat. O'Reilly, who we saw come on in the Community Shield as a substitute. This is his second senior appearance. Doku against Larouci, corner.
Jack Grealish, really exciting. That drag, wonderful play. Tries to do it again the second time. Porteous seen it, good defending, good position. Jack Grealish could have just squared it.
Well, we've seen two short corners so far. Here's another one. McAtee, Foden. Oh, defender and goalkeeper collide because that was such a glorious ball in. Porteous and Bonds both went for it. That asked all the right questions.
That was the delivery, wasn't it? Uncertainty. Goalkeeper come in. Obviously got that opportunity. So the injury. And now, uncertainty when you catch your centre back like that. Now does City just put the ball back into the same area?
Corner delivered right into the danger zone this time. Grealish to Stones. Well, they've really dug in impressively here, Watford now. But they're going to have to keep their concentration because it's relentless. Grealish, Braithwaite.
I think that's the type of shape now you need to set up against City, close it, try and delay wherever you can, give your team a breather. Under so much pressure for long periods. Yes, we know City had to play Sunday, which is certainly not ideal when players have got to play straight again 48 hours later. It is dangerous, but lots of changes, and can they keep up the tempo, City?
Watford have given it away. Mateus Nunes didn't quite reach Foden. It does reach Doku, and the ricochet favours Bond, who apologises for the giveaway.
Down the left hand side. I fancied him straight away to go on half volley at the first time, especially after getting on the score sheet. He decided to wait. I didn't get the outcome he wanted.
Offside, Bayo. He was actually sold to Udinese last month, Bayo, but he's staying at Watford on loan. Lewis. Doku. Again taking on Larouci. Walker. Doku. Ball stayed in play. Half an hour gone. Braithwaite. What were you doing at 16?
I was just joining the football club, waiting for some sort of opportunity. But to get it in this side, amazing for the youngster. Full credit to him. Obviously, the academy producing yet again some quality players. But having that aura when you step into a training session, to have the belief you can go and do something, it just shows you how quickly, and it's a really good message for everybody, isn't it? That you do the right things, you're always ready. I think that's the point, isn't it? Always be ready. You never know what's going to happen in this game. Take your chance when it comes your way. So many of them have done that already under Pep Guardiola, and now another one just coming through, and wish him well. Hopefully he can take as much as he possibly can from the night's football, and you'll see another bright future for him.
Oh, he was caught in possession there, loser. Here's Foden, that's a foul. Well, again, you just can't do that against this City team. They'll punish you.
He's got so fast feet, Phil Foden. Just shifts it one side to another. Has to be very, very careful. The agility that he's got, this is right in range. You'll fancy his chances in this position.
Foden and Grealish. Not a bad duo to have over this set play.
He's going to take the rights though. That's the point. He's going to say it's on me.
Sometimes when you're the one that's won the free kick, you feel you have more clout.
I'm not sure at this level that happens, you know. I see that in junior football, but you just look at little angles, there's a little move, is there something you've worked on, is there a slight weakness?
Foden into the wall, Porteous headed it away. Nicely played by Ortega, but that's been won back. Now there's 3 up here for Watford. Here's Barr. Ushered out of play. McAtee.
Full credit to Watford. Whenever they get the chance, they go with real pace and determination. You get City worrying of the counter-attack. You know that's one thing that Pep Guardiola doesn't like.
Now it's Festi Avesele pondering a long throw here. We know that these can cause pandemonium sometimes. Has it gone long enough? It hasn't. And that's a race which Doku wasn't allowed to win. Morris's clearance means that City have a throw. Nicely spread by the German Ortega to Grealish. Lewis, Doku taking the direct approach. Wouldn't quite fall for Grealish though. Avesele to bring it away. Oh, and to give it away. Braithwaite did well there, he's found Grealish. No way past Imran Loser this time. It's a horrible conundrum when you're the visiting team here, because Watford, when they do come forward, they just are in danger of leaving spaces for when they give it away.
It always happens, doesn't it, against the City side? People get comfortable and pounce quickly, but full credit, this is much better from Watford now. Finding confidence now, moving the ball around, getting extra touches, as we've said, going into better areas, and this is what they've needed to do. And still a little bit of nerves kicking in, as we've just seen.
Yeah, they protected John Bond in goal really well so far. Nothing he could do about the goal. That's just been kept in by Larouci. Lewis stopping the cross coming in, but it's still a Hornets throw. Here's Loser. Morris.
We've watched teams go to the Etihad and get more joy. We've seen Brentford do it recently when they had more possession in that change of a back three. This is how Watford have set up, and it's took them a little bit of time because of the goal and that mistake to start doing the right things.
Now Braithwaite for City to Walker. It's a very disciplined shape that Watford have got. Grealish hugging the touchline, trying to stay as wide as possible to stretch this Watford backline. Foden. Stones. Nicely done, Lewis. Mateus Nunes. Well, that's brilliant. Watford thought they'd done enough, but Mateus Nunes found the gap. And how he needed that. His first goal for Manchester City on his 34th appearance for the club. It's 2-0.
Scored by number 27.
His pace, how he got quick out. Rico Lewis starting that off, that little give and go around the corner. Probably thought he was going to get it back. As you mentioned, Mateus Nunes got that ability. We haven't seen it much in a blue shirt. And once it opens up for him, great touch, gets it out of his feet, and that strike, far corner, but with the delight of Pep Guardiola, Nunes didn't show much of a smile, and Kyle Walker spreading his mouth, getting him to sort of show a little bit of emotion. I think that just tells you the frustration that he's had so far in his Manchester City career, but it's what he's needed.
Only his second goal in English football, and the second goal of the night. They'll be so bitterly disappointed, Watford. He somehow found a gap that didn't appear to be there, and it was a lovely finish, just passed into the net really, and it looks a long way back for the Hornets now.
He sort of hit it from like underneath him, and that's the point when it moves quick. Goalkeeper maybe caught, he just didn't see the full width of the angle of the shot coming his way. But try and cover every area, but as soon as the tempo goes up, things open up for you.
Stones to Rico Lewis. City have only kept 2 clean sheets so far this season. This is their 8th game, so they'll certainly want to ensure they keep another one here. One of those at Chelsea, of course, one here against Inter in the Champions League a week ago. Braithwaite to Grealish. Stones, Foden. Walker has squeezed it through to O'Reilly. Now Mateus Nunes, Foden, McAtee, Doku.
Just when he gets into the areas, Jeremy Doku just thinks so fast, his feet, or one way then the other. He's probably just a bit unsure what to do next. He plays so quick. Just a bit of composure towards the edge of the area. But he started the game quite well.
Mateus Nunes to Doku. Grealish. Heads for the byline again. Really well-timed challenge from Ebesele.
It's better from Grealish. He knows the space is there. He showed the line because he feels he's going to get the better of Grealish down the line and always wants to come inside, but not too much there. The recovery just was about right.
Lewis. McAtee. Walker. Mateus Nunes. McAtee, Walker. Watford just wanting half-time to come now. Eight shots to nil in this first half in City's favour. Grealish. Squeezed it through to O'Reilly. Mateus Nunes. Oh, what a great ball in. McAtee just couldn't make contact. Took up a great position for a tap-in. Foden. Grealish. Porteous blocked him off initially. But again, it's just the relentlessness. Grealish finding Mateus Nunes. On it goes for McAtee. Braithwaite. Stones. Doku. Foden. Grealish. Braithwaite available on that left side. Back it goes to O'Reilly. Draining for the Watford players, this, having to do so much work without the ball.
It's tough, isn't it? You give City the lead, they'll just keep doing that, draw you out. It's got to be patient, wait. So difficult to sit there and not do something about it.
Doku. Well, he's certainly been a major threat in this first half. Hasn't always made the right decision, but has wanted the ball regularly. It's a good ball by Barr. Now it's Ebesele. Bayo in the middle. Back with Barr. Shoot, say the away end. Ebesele. Porteous. Loser. Last minute of normal time in this first half. Loser to Morris. Ogbonna. Porteous.
They've got to try and get the ball in. Last few moments, can they force something while they've got good possession, wider areas, they've got good width. I understand they want to keep it for a bit, but can something come of it?
Loser spreading it to Larousse. As we move into stoppage time at the end of the half. Oh, there was the chance they've been waiting for. Beautiful ball in from Yasser Larousse here, begging to be headed home. And Bayo has put it wide.
It's a brilliant move. All around. Patience, and then what they call for, put it into the wider areas, and then once they did that with the overload, the cross was excellent. The timing of the run, what a shame, we deserve more.
Certainly a warning for City, who've dominated the half. Final few seconds of the first 45. There's only 1 minute of stoppage time signalled. And that is half-time. Well, Manchester City in control. Goals from Jeremy Doku and Mateus Nunes, giving them a 2-0 lead. Watford will point to a disallowed strike. Goal disallowed for a push on the 16-year-old defender, Braithwaite. And then that wonderful opportunity right at the end of the half when Yasser Larouci crossed in towards Vakun Bayo. He headed wide with their one effort of the first half. There's still a little bit of work for City to do, but they are in cruise control in this third round Carabao Cup.